Hi! Have you ever wondered what it feels like to live your authentic life? Have you ever wanted to move through life completely embodying your authenticity and being who you really are? Then this course is for you. Hi, my name is Rena, and I am the author of the Radiant Light series comprising of Shrouded Truth, the Magdalene Lineage, and Divine Consciousness. I found Divine Consciousness to be a really inspiring book because it does two things. The first thing it does is it answers the age-old question, is the divine external to us or is it within? But the second thing that it does is it inspires us to completely embody our divine consciousness so that we can move and live our authentic lives towards fulfilling our divine purpose. And both Paul and James, who are featured in the book Divine Consciousness, demonstrate this so effectively in their passionate pursuit of spreading the word and the teachings of Jesus and doing it in the way that they did. Their teachings are also reflected in this book, and their teachings and their way of being inspired me to pull a course together called Embodying Your Divine Consciousness Towards Living Your Authentic Life. So let's talk a little bit about the course. This is an online course that offers major mind shifts in moving away from the external trappings of the human consciousness for us to then tap into the divine consciousness. To move away from the external trappings of the outside world and to move within and embody our divine consciousness. The course gives you practical, powerful, and strategic tips for you to awaken, align with, and embody the divine consciousness. To break free from the external outside world and to embody our divine consciousness in pursuit of living our authentic lives takes time. And because it takes time, you will have lifetime access to this course so that you can keep revisiting each lesson as and when you need to. You will also get a workbook that will help support your journey towards embodying your divine consciousness, towards living your authentic lives, as well as journaling tips. And you will also have access to a community where you can share your journey with a group of like-minded people who are all on the path to living their authentic lives by embodying the true resonance of their divine essence. So, let's talk about divine consciousness. What is divine consciousness? Divine consciousness is basically our authentic resonance. It is who we really are. It is our soul consciousness. It's our divine essence. There are quite a few names for this. The whole philosophy about this is that we are all divine beings. What's happened is that when we came to Earth, we have been bombarded by external belief systems and a lot of cultural conditioning that have taken us away from our internal divine being to the external consciousness. And so we have forgotten that connection to our internal, because our priority now is about meeting ideals and standards of our external world. It is very difficult than for us to put any time and focus into our internal selves. And because we feel like we have to meet the standards and ideals of the external world, because we feel that we have to be a certain somebody, embody a certain persona, we are moving further and further away from who we truly are. And sometimes, because we have to fulfill these ideals, we feel like we are living our lives for the external world, feeling really empty inside, feeling unfulfilled inside. It doesn't give us joy. It doesn't give us fulfillment. It doesn't make us feel content. Our divine consciousness holds who we really are, holds our true, authentic resonance. And the more we embody our divine consciousness, we can then shift our vibration that is fully in resonance with who we are, and we can make decisions and choices to live life in accordance to that particular resonance, in accordance to those vibrations. When we do something that fills us with joy, that feeds us, that makes us feel energized, that makes us feel content, that makes us feel passionate, and it just slips like a hand in a glove, that's when we know that our choices and what we're doing are fully in line with our authentic resonance, our divine consciousness. And what this course helps you do is to, number one, awaken the resonance of your divine consciousness by helping you shift from the external world to the internal world. And once you've awakened the divine consciousness, it'll help align with the divine consciousness, where you will totally be in full resonance of the divine consciousness, where you are able to attract what feeds you and let go of what drains you. And then once we have aligned with the divine consciousness, then we can embody the divine consciousness, and we can radiate the beautiful vibrations of our divine consciousness, thereby being able to live our authentic lives, living authentically according to the resonance and the vibration of our divine consciousness, as opposed to trying to appease and pander to the external world. The course is broken up into 3 different sections: awakening the divine consciousness, aligning with the divine consciousness, and embodying the divine consciousness. Within the section of awakening the divine consciousness, there are 3 lessons: accepting our shadow, detachment, shattering illusions. Then we go to the second section. The second section is about aligning with our divine consciousness. Once we have awakened our divine consciousness and met our divine consciousness, we can then move within and align with our divine consciousness. So then the first lesson looks at aligning and finding our inner peace. When we move with our authentic resonance and make choices according to our authentic resonance of our divine consciousness, we will feel at peace. This lesson will give you powerful strategies to find that inner peace as you are embracing and embodying your divine consciousness to lead that authentic life. The second lesson of this section is to move with faith and hope. When we are in a state of hopefulness and when we are moving with faith, we have a state of expanded consciousness. And then what we do is we go to the third lesson. Once there's inner peace and we're in faith and hope, then we will find unconditional love and embrace and embody unconditional love. And once we do that, we will move to the third section, which is embodying our divine consciousness. The first lesson of the embodiment of divine consciousness is being. The way we live our lives these days is that we're always in a state of doing. At the end of the day, we are human beings and not human doings. But there is a lot of confusion out there about what being means. This lesson is a deep dive into what exactly is being and how we can move forward to fulfill our divine purpose in resonance with our divine consciousness by being. It will also give you practical tips and techniques and really effective strategies to just be. Then we move into the lesson of oneness. It is always about cohesion and collaboration. To work within the one system with oneness. So we deep dive into that in the second lesson of this section. Once we go through oneness, we then go to the third lesson, which is illumination. How can we take that divine consciousness essence and illuminate and be our total radiant selves? How we can transform and totally be our authentic selves and live our authentic lives. And this is basically what this course will cover. If you wish for more information, all you have to do is click the button below. This course is also supported by my book, Divine Consciousness. So if you wish to know more information about what the Divine Consciousness is, then this book is available for purchase as well. So I want to thank you for your time. Thank you for listening. And I will see you on your journey towards living your authentic lives by embodying your divine consciousness. Thank you.